3 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think Mr. Langen gave a very good précis of the amendments he faces, and I'm looking forward to see the compromises he drafts and presents. 4 or 5 points stand out, though. The social element. I think we should still focus on the social element of competition policy and see the interaction between social policy and competition, how it's working out, especially with regard to regions, peripheral regions, disadvantaged regions. Secondly, the separation of legislative and executive functions. The argument that the competition DG drafts the regulations and then implements them. I think there was already a discussion about some kind of separation of powers on this one, and there are amendments in this sense as well. Another point that we have to look at, and Mr. Langen mentioned it as well, is consumer rights regarding to banking, where I think we need to discuss exactly the context of this. And finally, or pre-finally, on taxation. I have my views on that. They are minority views, and I think, of course, that the majority views should be reflected in the report. But the minority views have got to be taught as well, because taxation is a very sensitive subject, and it's not necessarily one that is done well at European level. This is up for grabs, up for discussion. Finally, the digital agenda. This is a very important chapter in what we're doing. It should, I think, be considered not just in terms of what Google stands for and not, but also in terms of how it's going to affect SMEs. There's just been a report, a survey of SMEs in the digital area and how they look about the digital market strategy of the EU, of the Commission. And they surveyed European businesses in the digital area at SME level. And 92% of the surveys, of the guys surveyed, claim that they are currently not ready for the arrival of the single digital market. And many of them are still not aware of how the digital single market can be implemented and what it stands for. So I think even in terms of how we look at our texts on competition in the digital area and how we can sort of structure it at the European level, we have to take account of the end users and be aware that the end users are not really prepared for it. Thank you very much, Mr. President.